Earthly possessions and self-love. Spiritual possessions and charity. BD0688 from November 28, 1938, taken from book number 15. A wide field of activity will always be working in love. You will be able to practice it constantly if only your will is inclined towards the eternal deity. You will also recognize from the abundance of unkindness amongst people how far the human being's spirit has distanced itself from God consciousness. How he only ever seeks to satisfy his ego, and all the love he is capable of is only for this ego. And only evil ever emanates from this self-love. The addiction to possess everything imaginable for oneself is the cause of all the vices and bad habits that then adhere to such a self-loving person. You can already see this in the simple process of increasing goods. Man will only ever endeavor to acquire for himself everything that seems desirable to him and will not shy away from any means of obtaining it that violate God's commandments. He will appropriate unlawfully or try to harm his fellow man through cunning and deceit. He will not shy away from lying if it only brings him the slightest advantage. But he will never cultivate love for his fellow human being and will therefore lack everything that can bring him closer to the eternal deity. However, activity in true neighborly love will have the same beneficial effect. The human being will always endeavor to protect his fellow human being from everything that he himself deems detrimental, and he will always remain in the truth and act in accordance with God's commandments and thus also be able to enjoy God's presence at all times by engaging in works of neighborly love. Whoever selflessly does good to his fellow human being, his spiritual possessions will increase and earn him an everlasting reward in the hereafter. And only the will of man is needed to be allowed to enjoy the highest delights after bodily death. The temptations of the world are the counterweight, and man in his delusion does not recognize the worthlessness of earthly pleasures but seeks to seize them by all means, and his fate in the beyond is therefore a meager, joyless one, because he will be granted the same amount as he gave to his fellow human beings in earthly life. He who only loves himself too much can never attain divine grace, for the Lord will never bless his actions and endeavors. Only the exercise of love for one's neighbor assures him of such. He who willingly gives of his possessions will receive twice, and not only earthly, but to an even greater extent spiritually, for love is the highest, and only through love can man redeem himself already on earth. Amen.